was flipping through Lost Legends again. You know, like you do when it's 2 a.m. and you're still not over Weirdmageddon. When I saw something I swear wasn't there before. It was just one panel. No spotlight, no dramatic zoom in, just a shelf in the background with a journal. But not just any journal. It had the 6-fingered hand, the red leather cover, and the number 4. Yeah, 4. Now, if your brain just short-circuited a little, same here. Because everyone knows there are only 3 journals in Gravity Falls. That's been the rule since day 1. But this book, this thing, changes everything. Or maybe it's not even supposed to exist. So, what is Journal 4? Where did it come from? And why does a certain gnome with questionable hoarding habits have it sitting casually on his shelf? Trust me, you're not ready for how deep this goes. Alright, let's rewind to what we thought we knew. Long before triangle demons were whispering in people's dreams, there was a guy named Stanford Pines. 6 fingers, big brain, trust issues the size of a portal hole. This guy didn't just stumble into the weirdness of Gravity Falls, he documented it. Ford created 3 journals to record everything supernatural crawling, slithering, or glitching through the town. He wrote it all down like some kind of 6-fingered paranormal librarian. Journal 1 and Journal 2 stayed with Ford during his years of research, while Journal 3 was stashed in the woods, just in case something went horribly wrong. Spoiler, it totally did. That's the one Dipper finds in episode 1, launching us into the glorious mess that is Gravity Falls. From that moment on, Dipper's whole mission becomes one big scavenger hunt for truth, danger, and also approval from Wendy. Priorities, right? But somewhere along the way, Ford realized that Bill Cipher, the smiling nightmare in a top hat, could peek into his mind. So he stopped writing, and with this, Journal 3 ends mid-thought. Abrupt. Like Ford just got up to get coffee and never came back. Classic mysterious genius move. Just when we thought Gravity Falls had wrapped up all its secrets in a weird, tearful, mind-erasing bow. Lost Legends showed up like, surprise! You thought we were done? That's adorable! If you haven't heard of it, Gravity Falls, Lost Legends is an official graphic novel released after the show ended, a collection of 4 strange, brilliant, and deeply chaotic stories featuring the Pines family. It's written by the show's creator, Alex Hirsch, so it counts. But there's a catch, it's labeled canonish, which is basically Disney speak for it's real until we decide it's not. Now, here's where it gets interesting. In the first few pages, we enter Schmebulok's house. Yes, the Schmebulok, the gnome who usually says nothing but his own name, Mood. But in this comic, his curse lifts just long enough for him to narrate. And in the background of one quiet panel shows a bookshelf, and on it is Dipper's old star hat, and a journal labeled 4. Same size, same red cover, same 6-fingered symbol, no fanfic font or glitter glue. It looks exactly like Ford's original journals. And that's the moment thousands of fans collectively gasped. Because hold on, there were only ever supposed to be 3 journals. The show never even hinted at a 4th, not once. And yet here's a whole extra journal. But what really sells the mystery is how casually it appears. One panel, one shelf, no spotlight. It's just there, like it's been waiting, and then it's gone. Never explained, never referenced again. You know what that feels like? Not a reveal. Like something or someone wanted to see who would catch it. Like the 4th journal was a secret meant only for the most paranoid, over-caffeinated fans in the fandom. So, us. Definitely us. Which means it's time to do what Gravity Falls trained us to do. Theorize like our lives depend on it. Who made Journal 4? Why does it exist? And what secrets is it hiding behind that big, bold number on the cover? But hey, wait, Honestly, if a fourth journal can just casually exist without warning, who knows what else is lurking in the margins? Secret codes, alternate timelines, a sentient slice of pizza with a grudge? Better subscribe now, just in case we accidentally uncover a fifth one. You know, for backup. And now we enter the deep woods of speculation. Let's start with the most galaxy brain theory of them all. Ford created Journal 4 himself. Yup, Mr. Six Fingers might have written it either before Bill got inside his head or after escaping the interdimensional portal of nightmares. Think about it. If you were bouncing across alternate realities and meeting triangle gods and fish with college degrees, wouldn't you need somewhere to jot that stuff down? Journal 4 could have been a backup. The off-the-books, if I die, don't let anyone read this journal, which honestly sounds like a very Ford move, but if that's true, what's in it? Something worse than Bill? A map of the multiverse? His therapy notes? Now, what if Schmebulok made it? I know, he's a gnome who mostly says his own name. But in Lost Legends, his curse breaks and suddenly he's out here narrating like Morgan Freeman. He even admits he's a super fan of the Pines family and digs through their trash. Like, literally. So maybe he found an empty journal in the shack, slapped a 4 on it, and made his own version. Gnome fan fiction, basically. But here's the weird part. The journal doesn't look homemade. It looks real. As in, straight off the portal assembly line real. So unless Schmebulok has a printing press in his tree trunk, and let's be honest, would that even surprise us? He probably didn't make it. All right, third theory, it's just a spare. Nothing cursed, nothing cosmic, just a really intense case of over-preparation. Ford didn't strike anyone as the just wing it type. He was out here building dimension shredding machines and making friends with time travelers. So maybe when he started documenting the weirdness of Gravity Falls, he didn't stop at 3 journals. Maybe he made 4, 5, even a whole set. Backups, decoys, maybe one just to scribble, "Do not trust Bill" on every page in all caps. It's possible Journal 4 was just a blank copy shoved into a dusty cabinet, completely forgotten once paranoia kicked in and Bill started messing with his brain. And then there's the theory that stings the most. What if it's just a joke? Yeah, what if Journal 4 isn't some multiversal bombshell? It's a troll. Alex Hirsch has literally said the graphic novel is canonish. That's already suspicious. And just to twist the knife deeper, there's an actual encoded message in the book that reads, "Don't stress, it's only canonish." Translation, calm down, nerds. Which, ouch, but also brilliant. Because this might be the ultimate Gravity Falls move. Throw a journal with a mysterious number into one frame, say absolutely nothing about it, and then walk away while the entire fan base loses its collective mind for years. It's the storytelling equivalent of Bill Cipher whispering, "Hey, look over there," and vanishing while you're still blinking. Okay, but the real twist is, what if Journal 4 isn't just a cheeky background prop or an inside joke for the hardcore fans? What if it's a breadcrumb? A signal that the weirdness isn't over? Remember how Lost Legends ends? After surviving monsters, curses, interdimensional madness, and a gnome or two too many, Mabel gives Dipper a gift, a new journal. This one is brand new, bright blue, and marked with the iconic pine tree on the front. It's his. That's not just a cute moment between siblings. That's the moment Dipper stops being the kid who reads the mysteries and starts being the one who writes them. That's huge. That's Ford passing the torch. Or, more accurately, Mabel passing the sparkly decorated torch while probably covered in stickers and glitter glue. But symbolically, that's Dipper graduating from sidekick researcher to lead investigator. His journal could be volume 4 in spirit, even if it doesn't say so on the cover. Now, let's connect the dots. What if Journal 4 isn't from the past at all? What if it's from the future? What if the reason it looks so perfect, so clean, is because it hasn't been fully written yet? Maybe Dipper fills it in someday. Maybe the mystery on Schmebelok's shelf is Dipper's journal, passed down, forgotten, or lost in another adventure we haven't seen yet. Maybe the reason Journal 4 exists is because Dipper eventually becomes the one who keeps Gravity Falls weird and writes about it. So maybe Journal 4 is canon, or maybe it's a joke, or maybe it's a cursed object watching us from the shadows while we obsess over it like sleep-deprived cryptid hunters. Either way, it worked. That one tiny background detail, it reignited the fandom like someone hit reopen portal. And in Gravity Falls, nothing, and I mean nothing, is ever truly random. So, next time you flip through Lost Legends and spot that number 4, just remember, someone might be flipping the page right back at you. And hey, if this whole thing warped your brain just a little, in a good way, go ahead and drop your wildest journal 4 theories in the comments. And of course, hit that subscribe button before a sentient book crawls off your bookshelf and asks you to finish the story. Thanks for watching, and don't blink, you might miss the next weird thing we uncover.